you wanted to buy a rental property without paying money, renting property is often considered a smart investment. It's always best to weigh all the factors before deciding whether it's the right decision for you. While owning your own rental property has many benefits, it also comes with its own set of challenges. One of the rewarding results, it can generate an income for you. It may provide you a source of pride to be able to manage and make decisions on a home with confidence. We are going to reveal ways for you on how you can acquire your ideal rental home without paying money. We're also going to tell you exactly where you should be looking to buy your first rental property so that you don't buy the wrong one. It's so important for you to know exactly why you should be getting into this and know some of the traps that people have. Before you invest in rental property, it's important that you educate yourself to know what features will increase your chances of finding a tenant with excellent credit that can cover the monthly mortgage payments. With your rental service, you take care of finding renters or at least narrowing down your available pool of prospective tenants. Pay attention to the location. You have to know for yourself why you want a rental property. So one of the main reasons for having rental properties was cash flow income. So each month while the tenant is paying the rent, they are paying down your mortgage. Additionally, you have to make sure that examining a potential rental property location should include factors like quality of the neighborhood, crime rates, quality schools, and other desirable characteristics. Great features like appropriate schools, walkability to grocery stores, parks, and close proximity to major employers are key features that will attract you great tenants. You have to know the qualities people are looking for in a rental property and how they can impact your revenue. With the help of a real estate agent, properties can be found with better potential for rental. When it comes to your property value, proximity does matter. Being located close to the things you need will make your life easier and more convenient, since you can easily access all of the major local amenities and popular locations. You should always prioritize location for your real estate investment. The better the location, the easier it is to get rent, which can be great for property value appreciation. And waiting list properties may provide sizable upgrades and quality. This information is important when it comes to finding profitable investment opportunities that will remain viable over time. Turn your primary home into a rental home. Who says your home has to have just one family living in it? There are many ways for you to live, and your living space doesn't have to be just within the bounds of your house. Faced with an expanding population and a dramatic rise in the cost of housing, you might want to consider this one way which you can design your home into subdivided, smaller, and affordable residential areas. If you ever come up with this decision to rent your home with the tenants in it, you are most likely to be able to pick up on some really big paydays. Also, just by having someone pay the mortgage for a couple of years and then selling the property and walking away with a bigger check you can come up with. And so it's an amazing thing with rental properties. Not just the revenue that you can get, but also those lump sums of cash when you go sell your properties. There are many reasons people want to turn their primary residence into a rental property, including to increase income and receive a better return on investment. Furthermore, if the home was originally purchased as a primary residence, it likely had a low interest rate. If you transition your house to an investment property, you'll be able to keep this perk. Owning rental properties can be a great way for you to keep on building your portfolio. The benefits of renting out your property are that you'll have a solid income and an asset protecting your investments. Plus, it's not just passive money, but anything that provides stable and recurring income needs to be part of your investment strategy. You can leverage. Renting out properties is a smart business decision. It opens up a ton of doors for you and can provide you with income monthly. Know what type of property you want before making the decision. So when talking about rental properties and getting your first rental property with no money down, you can do it. You have to leverage other people's money. If you haven't, it's a big acronym in the real estate investing world. It is OPM, meaning other people's money. But that doesn't mean like your mom or your dad's money, or you got to come from a wealthy family, things like that. There is no such thing as needing a wealthy background to succeed. Banks have money to lend. In order for you to get a loan, hard money lenders often provide a way to borrow money from them. There are private lenders who can give the person buying the home money, or they might lend an equity stake in the property. It's hard to state what specifically is wrong without understanding the process. When you want to not mortgage all your property away, you want to have some equity when you sell it. Using other people's money allows you to increase your returns by buying properties without actually putting a great deal of your own capital into the situation. This allows you to find different opportunities with less risk, or increase the cash flow you are earning. Even if you take on more property than you have available in your personal possession, you can borrow money. We are talking about getting a rental property. In most cases, you can use either a hard money loan to fund the repairs. This is where you find a property that needs some repairing. It may need minor repairs to be made, or larger scale projects that need to be allocated for them as well. Then you refinance out of that mortgage once the house is fixed up, and you put a tenant in it. This is a very popular concept in real estate investing called BRRR, and that stands for Buy, Rehab, Rent, Refinance, Repeat. Essentially, what you do, you buy the property, fix it up, and rent it out. You then refinance the mortgage, because now that you have a tenant in there and they are repaying the mortgage, you will get future revenue as part of your business plan on top of income. And so it makes it easier to get qualified for a loan. But then the last R, of course, is repeat. That is how you can build your portfolios. You get tons and tons of properties doing it this way, and it is an amazing thing to do. Knowing how to find these properties. Investing in distressed properties often yields good returns, which is why experienced investors know it's not always easy. Smart investors develop and refine several strategies to ensure long-term success. The reason why, while physical distress might signal an investment opportunity, other factors may outweigh the potential financial gain. You have to find people with property problems. It's the best way to do it. As we indicated earlier about the BRRR strategy, in finding properties, you can use the strategy of using distressed properties or people. But if you fix up the property, it will be worth more. There are tons of lenders called hard money lenders, and there are some private lenders that will literally lend you money to buy the property, fix the property up, and even give you some money so that you can make sure that you have some reserves. In case you encounter any problems, lenders can lend you the money that is still left over from the purchase price. There are shows where people are fixing and flipping properties and things like that. You can do the same thing, but you don't have to flip the property. You can keep the property and put a tenant in it while they take care of finding a new owner and getting rid of old ones. If you ever find someone who is struggling with a mortgage, divorce, or bankruptcy, most likely you are able to acquire that property for just the money that they're behind on their payments and things like that. So that's what you can do. Find those people who can lend you money. You might want to consider finding a private lender. Private lenders provide loans for people who are unable to get loans from a bank or other financial institution. These lenders can bring in additional funding for businesses and individuals who otherwise would not be able to borrow the funds needed. Private money loans are much more flexible than traditional bank loans. Not only do you have the power to purchase your own loan amount, but it's also more likely the lender will approve your loan, which saves time and hassle when buying new properties. You can gain negotiating power over loan situations by obtaining private money lenders. Utilize these lenders to reduce costs associated with funding projects that might require a traditional mortgage. The key to getting through this with no money is starting to find people who can loan you the money that you need. You can do this by starting to go to Real Estate Investor Association meetings. reaching out, and finding hard money lenders. You can also start connecting with people who want to do real estate or private money. And lastly, finding that money and then finding people with property problems. So you combine two things together. When you put those two things together, getting the money together, other people's money, and then finding people with property problems, that is how you start to get properties with no money of your own. That's right, no money. When we say no money, we're talking about your money. You don't have to put any money into it. And there are amazing ways to do that if you integrate these two concepts. What to do now? Here's an expert tip that can help you profit from this. When you find these people with property problems, you are purchasing the home subject to, meaning the bank loans on the property will stay in place. Another thing, they are in a situation where they need to sell the property and they are willing to lease purchase that property to you, where you don't actually have to buy the property and can make money by putting a tenant into that property or furnishing the property. If you follow these, you may start thinking about finding people with those property problems and educate yourself on subject to and how to do lease purchases. You can buy the property and leave the existing financing in place, and then you take over those mortgage payments. That's the time when you find a tenant and they make the payment. The loan never came in your name or anything like that, so that's no money down. Also, you can actually lease the purchase from that person that's in financial distress. Again, they move out, take the property over, put a tenant in it, and do what you need to do with the property, and start making money. You own it free and clear. You can acquire now your own rental property and you didn't have to come out of pocket with any money. Seek out private money, hard money. There is a new way. You can do a real estate crowdfund. Using crowdfunding, businesses can raise funds from a wide range of investors who may have previously been unable to find funding for their projects. Crowdfunding allows you to contribute small amounts of money in order to get a large amount of money in return. If you want to be flourishing in real estate crowdfunding, the best way you can do is to choose the right platform. Using such crowdfunding platforms such as Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Crowdsupply, Crowdfunder, Patreon, GoFundMe, and more. You will be able to gain access to the wider real estate market and be able to invest small amounts of money. In fact, you can also use partnership using JV. It stands for joint venture. Joint venture agreements allow you for specialization among each partner and potential for further opportunities. And you would get properties, and you would have to sign an agreement on every single deal that you do. If you can utilize a platform for crowdfunding, you can also buy properties all over the country and split the revenue and the profits with the investors. You can do this exact same thing if you want to. The opportunity is there for you. Either you can create your own or you can go to the crowdfunding platform site. In addition to that, you can actually invest in and start getting quarterly distributions. Again, the door is wide open for you to not spend a lot of money. In fact, and if you get your own crowdfund, you don't have to spend any money. Using other people's money, they'll give you, and then you start buying properties, and then you split the profits with them. Super easy. Win-win situation. Final thoughts. You have realized now this is possible for you. You just have to know how, and don't forget to also educate yourself. This is vital for you when you want to make a profit while acquiring your own rental home. Owning a home is good for you in the long run because you can acquire equity and value. Renters don't have anything to show for years of rental payments, whereas owners have a property that's worth more over time. Don't forget when funding a rental home that you are going to acquire. Consider the location, accessibilities, and utilities. These are important factors you shouldn't underestimate. Real estate can contribute to your desired lifestyle, but ensure that you take precautions and know the risks. As you can see, owning a rental property can be advantageous both financially and personally. It is never a good time to not have money. So build your wealth and get your financial goals with income-producing real estate. Don't put off your financial dreams any longer. We have the resources and education to help you live a better life. That's it for this video, Real Talker. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person, as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon.